Running your coaching business, going through meetings, and still trying to organize everything to live a normal life. In this video, we're gonna learn 7 ways for you to get your time back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 powerful ways that allows me to have the life that I want, and how can I live on my terms even while I'm building the business and I still don't have all the fancy stuff just yet. So let's get started. So we're first gonna start with the most important thing that you have to do when it comes to back your time. It's the focus. So what are you focusing on determine what you actually achieve. It's not how hard you work or how much time you put into stuff, but actually the type of focus that you give into the type of work that you're doing. Someone can take 1 hour to edit a video and someone can take 5 days to edit the video. It's a matter of focus and understanding what are the steps to take. So hyper focus is super important, but how can you achieve hyper focus? Number 1, how do you achieve the focus is first you have to understand what's the hierarchy of focus. So when we talk about hierarchy of focus is what's the most important thing that you have in your life, then the second thing, and then the third. If you have 3 priorities in your life, you have none of the priorities. You should always create time based on the type of lifestyle that you want. You can check my video about the calendar here and you can learn a little bit more of how do I organize and make hierarchy in my own calendar. But what I would suggest is if family is your biggest thing or love is your biggest thing, you have to focus on those things first, set time for that first, and then get to the next thing. If you're in a phase where, okay, I just want to make money, I just want to do my business, set time for that first and then focus on the other stuff. And if you do the hardest stuff first throughout the day, that's gonna allow you to get the most amount done. It might be 80% of your work gets 20% of your results, but 20% of all that work that you're doing gets 80% of all the massive success in your life. So if I do an example, the biggest effort that I have to do with my business, it's coordinating the daily content pipeline and making sure all of the content is created and distributed among all of our clients. But the most important section when it comes to my business is actually getting into a sales call and closing the client to make sure that they send the payment and start working with us. So it's important to focus on that most important thing. Something that's going to help you understand what you need to do is actually the clarity of focus and what are the non-negotiables. What are things that during your week should always happen no matter what? So for me, it's having a content piece created, going to my jiu-jitsu class, talking with my girlfriend and doing the gratitude every single day. And right now it's hitting my macros consistently so I can get a six-pack. I'm going to show a picture of the six-pack in the future when I have it. Okay, so the non-negotiable should happen no matter what. And even though you don't get anything else done in the week, those are the biggest things and the biggest levers that you were able to do it. Then let's go into time block. So it's essential that you create time for the things that matter. Okay, you focus on it, you prioritize it, but how do you actually make it happen? Again, back on the video, you paste it in the calendar and you say, this is when it happens. Because if you don't put a date, it's not gonna happen. If you don't write it down, it's not gonna happen. Don't expect to have a thriving sexual relationship with your partner if you always leave sex for the end of the night. It's never gonna happen. Be intentional about the things that you care about. If you want to run your business, I may be waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning and setting this hour is for my business and not just operations and stuff, but actually thinking about the business, how can it grow? So it's important that again, you focus on those little but powerful things. You set times for it. It can be 15 minutes, it can be an hour, it can be 2 hours, but it's important that you create that time for you. Then the next step is actually thinking of life as a pipeline. So what do I mean by that? When we're creating content, first step is to research, then to create a script, then to record, then to edit, and then to publish. So there's a pipeline where there's different steps into the system. And this is what engineers actually start learning how to do, or manufacturers. They understand that everything has a process. I don't expect to get rich overnight. I don't expect to get my property in Dubai from one day to the next, but I'm doing step by step in the things that I want to do. Again, setting the time blocks and thinking in the time, maintaining the focus, setting the time blocks. This month, I'm setting these steps to get into the next stage in the pipeline. And that's going to allow you to understand, okay, I'm not as far away as I want it to be. You are actually able to see what is the roadmap from here to here, all the things that you want to achieve in your life. Tools. So another important thing to get back your time is to utilize the tools correctly. It's important that it doesn't stay here in your brain. Okay, so we had paper back in the past, but right now we have AI, we have Google Calendar, we have Trello, we have Notion, we have ClickUp, we have a bunch of stuff that we can do to organize our thoughts and organize our reality. There's also different systems and different programs that you can do, like Lifebook, Millionaire Master Plan, a bunch of different programs that if you do them, it will allow you to understand, I'm currently in this stage of my life and I'm able to reassess what are we going to do from it. Because if everything's here, it becomes a shampoo and mess, and you're thinking about your life, but your love relationship, but also at the same time you're trying to set new boundaries in your workplace, and then you're trying to eat correctly. So everything is working, but if you have a system, if you have it organized somewhere that's not here, it's going to be easier for you to, again, focus, setting time blocks, doing pipeline work, and finally utilizing the tools correctly. I use ChatGPT all the time. I even use ChatGPT to think and reflect back into different concepts that I'm trying to do. So utilize the tools that you currently have at your disposal. Then you're gonna have personal time rules. In order for you to not break and in order for you to stay on track with things, you have to reward yourself with personal time. Think that you really want for yourself. So for example, this Sunday, I was going to meet with my girlfriend because I said yes, people pleasing, to going and helping her with some of HR work for her company. But I was craving nature for a while. So I said, actually, my love, no, I want to go to the mountain. I hiked the mountain for like 3 hours. It was amazing. It was really good. And that's time that I selected for myself. Then, for example, yesterday I watched an hour of anime just for myself. So it's creating things that are just for me. So relaxing just for me. Because if you have those, it's going to be better in the future. And what are other rules that I've seen to understand? It's Mondays for me. I'm not selling and I'm not doing a discovery call with someone on a Monday, because I know that Mondays we're just preparing a bunch of stuff for the clients. We're meeting with different clients. I have a lot of meetings and it's just draining, because again, the amount of energy it takes for you to coordinate things with your team and then try to sell someone and be motivated about the systems, it's a different ball game and it's a different energy game. So I would recommend that you actually pile up discovery calls, pile up meetings with clients, and don't try to mix and match in between them as much as possible. So that's a personal timeline. That's a personal rule. Another thing is as well, like I'm not working one day, or at least I'm not working half a day throughout the week. As a business owner, I am pressured, or it's my instinct to actually work all the freaking time, but it's not as efficient because then I'm a little burned out, or then I'm fatigued and I say, no, I don't want to do this. I'm more prone to going over my macros or not doing the things that I really want to do. So it's important to, again, set time for your rest, because rest is part of success. If you're resting, you're becoming better and you're recovering in order to give it your all in the next couple of days. So another thing that I do is I automate stuff. So what do I mean by this? I try to make it easy for me to not think about stuff, because anything that you have to think about, it's taking energy, but it's also wasting your time. So for example, right now I'm automating my shopping cart. I'm gonna get my assistant to start doing my shopping, but now I'm gonna try to optimize to make sure that every week or every 2 weeks, the shopping list is getting bought and it just arrives at my home, so I don't have to think about it. I'm gonna automate my laundry, so every Friday the laundry is gonna go and it's gonna take away the things that I want to do. And of course it costs money, but your time is more valuable than money. If you had $1 million today but you die tomorrow, it's not worth it. If you cannot see your loved ones, if you cannot be with the persons that truly matter to you, it's not worth it to have all the money and working all the time. Another way for you to automate as well is if you're trying to invest and save stuff. For example, every single Thursday I'm sending $50 to Bitcoin from my credit card, because I know and I trust Bitcoin, so I want to invest automatically. Every single month I'm paying also to my life insurance, because I want to have that automated at the same time. So the less I have to think of stuff, the easier it is for me to focus on the things that matter. Because there is a concept that's called decision fatigue. The more you think about stuff, the more tired you're gonna be. And you're not gonna focus on the most important parts, but you're gonna focus on every little detail on your business, which is not the most important thing. Your business is the most important thing, but all the little parts in your business, you can automate, you can delegate, you can figure out different ways so you can simplify the process and make it easy for you. And the last element that you can do to get back your time is actually eliminate stuff from your life. Again, there is only just a handful of things that really matter. If you're going to parties, if you're wasting too much time working with a specific client that is not giving you fulfillment, take it out. It's important for you to realize that your time is sacred. So if you cannot automate stuff in your life and you cannot delegate it and you still have to do it, okay, taxes, for example. But if you can eliminate, it's better for you to just take out as much things in your life as possible. We are not meant to do 1,000 things at once. We are meant to enjoy our lives to the fullest, but fullest does not equal a lot. The fullest means everything that you're doing it with presence, you're doing with fulfillment, you're doing with gratitude. And the more you take out things, you'll start to understand, okay, I don't need to go to these parties for this type of people, or I don't really want to be in this type of job or commute to this type of stuff, because it's important that you focus on what truly fills your heart up. Nothing is guaranteed. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. So focus on this, get your time back, and if you want to actually start creating content like this, saving your time, optimizing and working on your coaching, book a call below. Make sure that you subscribe, and see you on the next one. This is for the coaches who really want to grow their business, who really want to grow on social media. So we got you. Make sure that you apply below. See you on the next video.